because they will get mushy and they'll just get limp, and it's just not attractive at all. And so, but you just want to just get a nice color to them, just as if they came out of the garden. So these are going to take a little bit, about maybe 5 more minutes on these spears because they're kind of thick. But that's basically all you do. And then what I'm going to do also is, as I mentioned, it has garlic in it. So I'm going to put a little bit of garlic. And you can smell the garlic, the butter, the olive oil throughout the whole room. It is wonderful. It just smells great. And I'm going to move these out the way. And I just want to tell a little bit of a story on those orange cups I forgot to mention. That was a recipe that my brother passed down to me. I don't know where he found it, but I remember when he served it, it was just so great. Everybody had a good time eating them. My brother used to create so many things, and so we just never know where he was going to come up with a recipe. But anyway, that's how we came up with that recipe there. Now, these look like they're done, and I'm going to just set these aside, but you can see how glistening they look. And that's just how you want them. They are cooked all the way through, but they're not mushy. Okay, now that we have our asparagus over here and it's all ready, we're going to start the peaches and cream shortcake. Now, I'm going to give you a couple terms, or at least one term here. What I've done here, I have a pot with some peaches in it, and I use frozen as well as canned. And the can has its own syrup, so it really will lend its sweetness to the unsweetened peaches. And then what I'm going to do, I am going to add my sugar. And I have about a half cup of sugar here, because I want these to taste real sweet. And that's going to taste really good when you have your whipping cream. Now, the term I'm using here, and there's 2 different ways of doing this, is that you could have these peaches in the sugar in a bowl without heating them, and that's called macerating. And that's where your juices and the sugars come together, and once everything melts down and you stir them up, you get this wonderful sweetness and, of course, a thick syrup. Now, what I'm doing, I'm heating these up also, and that's another way of macerating. And you can do this with the strawberries, you can do it with raspberries, you can do it with apricots, any kind of fruit, berries or anything like that. It's all very, very good. So now what I'm going to do, I would like to taste this, and I'm going to use a fork, but that's okay. I just want to taste the juice a little bit to make sure that it is sweet just like I like it. So, yes, what I want. That wonderful sweetness. And now how I'm going to present this on my shortcake is I'm taking just a simple pound cake. That's all it is. So you can just buy it in any store or at a bakery. And you just cut your shortcake or your pound cake just a ½ inch thick, just like that. And I'm going to place it on my dish or on my plate here. And it's always nice to have a nice decorative dish here. And also what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of whipping cream right in the center here. And I'm going to take my peaches that are done, along with the juices, and I'm just going to take maybe 3 peaches here, and I'm just going to put them just like so, layer them just like that. I'm going to take another, whoops, there we go. Try to get away. We're going to take another ½ inch slice here of this pound cake and layer it also, just like that, and put some more whipping cream. I love whipped cream. I tell you, that's what makes a meal to me. And so I'm going to take some more peaches, and you can pile this as high as you want. You know, the kids would love to just pile it high, you know, so they can just have the peaches and the cream and everything. So we're going to take some more peaches that are hot. And with those juices, you just let it just fall just like that onto your plate. And I think what I can do, I'm going to take this peach right here. It's not that hot. And put a little bit right there as a little decorative top. And that is your peaches and cream shortcake. Okay, now that we have our wonderful peaches and cream shortcake, now the last thing I'm going to do is the peach schnapps ice cream shake. I know that's a mouthful, but it's a fun drink. So what we're going to start out with is you got to start with some real good vanilla ice cream. So this is a pint of ice cream, and of course this happens all the time with me, but that's okay. If you got an audience or something like that, they get a kick out of that. That's all right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a few peaches. Actually, I have about 8 peaches here. And these are my canned peaches, and you can use the frozen too if you want to eliminate a lot of the sugar. But all of these peaches can go right into this mixture right here. And then, of course, the peach schnapps. I'm going to put in here about 1/4 of a cup of peach schnapps. Not too much. Well, of course, if you want more, you can always add more. And I think we will, just a little bit. So now, I'm going to put my top on here. Make sure it's on here tightly because we don't want any accidents, and it will happen, of course. Now I'm going to blend it here until it gets nice and smooth, just like a shake. All right, now it looks like it's done here. It doesn't take very long to do this drink at all. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in a nice martini glass here. Oh, and by the way, I know I always refer back to stories about when I had these particular meals. I had this drink in Vegas, about 10 years ago, and no one makes it anymore. So I said, I'm going to start making this again and bringing it back. So there, the peach schnapps ice cream shake. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to garnish it with a little peach just like this. Just like that. And, of course, a straw. Make it really easy to drink. And so, of course, I have to try it out to see how it tastes. It's very, very good. And, of course, if you want to add more peach schnapps, you can go ahead and do that. But this is just fine. All right, now that we have everything complete here on my platter, you can see we have the wonderful Cornish hens with the peach preserve glaze. And I have the asparagus that's been tossed in olive oil and garlic. And of course I have my orange yam cups. This is the ones that I put in the oven, and I sprinkled them with the pecans just to toast them up a little bit. And then of course I have this wonderful peaches and cream shortcake with just pound cake, whipped cream, and peaches that have been macerated in sugar. And of course, last but not least, I have a peach schnapps ice cream shake. Now that you probably are wondering about those wedges, those orange wedges that came out of the orange cups, you can use them as a very nice garnish. So I'm going to put them aside just like this. And you can also place them on your asparagus. So that looks really festive. It's a wonderful way to present for your dinner party guests. They'll be so impressed. You'll love it. Okay. I am Chef Linda Binion. I hope you enjoyed the show today. For recipes and tips, please call me at 612-730-2441, or you can reach me on my email at chefbinion@aol.com. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you again.